Obviously it's been a really long road. Just what were the emotions getting back out there again?
When I was walking out of the dugout, hearing the fans, I almost shed a little tear. I'm not really an emotional guy, but it definitely got to me.
How did you feel overall?
I felt great. Just kind of knock the rust off and get my feet underneath me and have a clean inning. But felt amazing to get back out there, feel the rush of the Mets faithful, and to step on that mound another time.
No, obviously, it's the end of the season. You may or may not pitch another time this particular year. But what did it mean to you, just peace of mind wise, accomplishment wise, after rehabbing for so long, just to be able to get back on the mound one more time here before the end of the season and to go into the off season, knowing you did that?
It was definitely a crazy journey. It was like Murphy's Law. Anything that could have happened did happen when I had my setback back in late May. And then, of course, I had caught COVID right as I was coming back. It just seemed like things were up against me, that I wasn't going to make it back this year. So just to be able to get back out there and compete, and even though it was only one inning, felt amazing.
It looked like especially the changeup you threw to Chisholm was a really good one. How much, are you kind of relying on that pitch during this stretch where you're not using your breaking balls, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that I wasn't able to use my breaking balls at the end of this year, but I got to trust the surgeons and their expertise. But next year I'll be full go on all 4 or 5 pitches. But I kind of like it because it's able to allow me to fine-tune those other pitches, just kind of taking a few weapons away.
And also, what's the plan for you going forward now? You're looking at one more outing, ideally?
Yeah, I believe that's right. I'm not sure when, though.
And will that also just be one inning, or could you potentially do an up and down for that?
Well, during my rehab appearances, I only did 1 inning each, so I don't imagine it'll be an up down.
No, obviously a lot of emotions tonight. I was wondering if you thought at all about the fact, not knowing what's going to happen in the offseason, it might have been your last chance to pitch here at Citi Field for the Mets. Did that enter your mind at all?
It definitely has. I mean, it definitely is that was another reason why I was pretty emotional tonight. But I'm fairly confident that we'll reach an agreement, and I'll be pitching here next year. I'd love nothing more than that. New York has a special place in my heart and always will be.
Are you confident because you've talked to them already, or is it just you're feeling the way because of your emotions and
just speculation and more hopefulness than anything?
Noah, did you ever wonder during this whole journey if this day would come again?
In early stages of my rehab, yeah, I was pretty confident, but when I had that setback back in May and had COVID and a few weeks ago, it just seemed like everything was working against me. So just felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulder when I was able to get out there and compete.
Were you nervous tonight?
Typically, I'm pretty nervous before every start, but there were so many emotions going through my head that I was just able to lock in and go out there and have fun, play baseball.
If the Mets came to you with a qualifying offer this winter, is that something that you would be willing to accept?
I think it would be something I'd be extremely grateful for, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's definitely something I'm hoping for.